Well, good morning, guys. We're going to do another rewatch today. I know that I said I was busy this morning, but they took me off of the thing. So we're going to do the Michi rewatch. There's been a long talk about this map Michi and what's going on with it. So just so you guys can look at the map here, you see that it's surrounded by trees. There's this whole outside. I'm going to do it quick. So you can see there's this big, long outside that's just going to border the whole map. And then down the middle of the map is this big chunk of forest. Now, one of the first things that we noticed was, and I don't know this because, first time playing it, but notice that we had Joel wall off here. He double walled. I don't know that I would double wall. Definitely didn't hurt. And then we walled in a forward operating side as well. And that hadn't been completely finished yet, but it was going to get there. Meanwhile, Taylor also was walling off the front. Jake walled off with houses and stuff, which is fine, not as good. This is definitely a map that the Mayans make sense because of the half-off walls for their team bonus. I think that played a role in our defense. Not that we'll see that this is a fairly one-sided offensive push, but I think that was effective. So for teams, we've got Alex, Spencer. You can see Alex is the Goths, Spencer's the Franks. We've got Travis as the Britons, and then Austin as the Spanish. So kind of a fairly even, leveled out team. Versus Jake is the Teutons, Taylor is the Celts. I believe that I was the Mayans because we wanted the wall bonus, and then Joel is the Spanish. And we couldn't love him more for it. A couple weak spots that, there's a lot of debate on this. But I really like the idea of cutting around these corners because, they can't wall off right in here. So I think that's something that we didn't do this game, but in the future might consider. We just punched up through the middle, and you'll notice that they haven't walled off at all with 3 minutes left. There's no walls anywhere, so we can come through anywhere, and they don't know where it is. So it's a different strategy for everyone. So with that in mind, we're going to get this kind of going. With forward operating, you see I've got a whole bunch of military going here. We've got another castle going. We're going to be watching Alex's economy. So Alex has 50 wood and almost 50 food. Let's see here. And it's fairly sporadic. It's kind of spread out all over, although I think this is the heart of his area. He's got a good castle to defend it as well. So we probably should discuss, cutting early with this one map. Because trees dropping in 3 seconds and I'm already cutting. Taylor's brought up that he doesn't like the idea of cutting early, which I'm not necessarily opposed to. But we see that we're cutting through. So stuff like that. So we've put up a bunch of watchtowers over here, but didn't at all right in the middle where we went. So they didn't. I guess I didn't see what theirs was, but so Spencer's ready to go. Travis is ready to go. The fight has begun. Meanwhile, I've pushed into Alex, which is, I'm sure it doesn't feel good. Oh, I pushed into Spencer. Oh, Tanner, you idiot, because I thought I was hitting Alex. So, sending those troops in. Meanwhile, we've got a total front going on over here. Big, nice, long hole that everyone can send troops through. Austin and them have found my troops as I'm trying to just attack Alex the best that I can. Alex has put forward some barracks, and we see that, man, it's just so important to either wall off or hit first. We did both on our side, but man, you need both of them really. Cavalry versus siege, and yeah, Alex is just getting hit pretty hard. Talk about not ideal. Meanwhile, let's see here. Let's see what they can see. So this is what Austin and them can see as opposed to what's actually happening. Holy cow, Jake, how many castles do you got? Oh, you got 3. Oh. So the problem with having castles back over here is that the Teutonic Knights are crazy slow. So it takes them forever to get to where you need them to be. This is now turned into a gridlock. But Taylor's doing a good job of taking stuff out. And I've cut through over here because I don't want to deal with this. I'm trying to just get troops through as fast as I can. And Alex is back to going, but at nowhere near the speed that he wants to be at. And we're getting more troops in there. So this time they're going back. They're trying to put up castles now. Travis is putting up castles. And holy cow, Travis is flexing. So, man, these archers are just such a good unit. I don't know that they're all the way upgraded yet. They might be. He's using his trebuchets like bombards. Meanwhile, I'm in the back of people's bases just raiding. And someone must be feeding Alex because he's got food, but he doesn't have any villagers to have the food. And here's Austin doing a strong push over here. Kind of wrecking. I think he's going to do a plunge right now, but I don't know that. That would be my bet. So what he should do is he should plunge. And they're definitely a full-on plunge over here. And Alex is just clinging. I don't know what all these dudes are doing back here. They're not doing anyone help back there. He needs to get in the front. Oh, there they go. Oh, maybe not. No, they're just chilling there. I don't know what they're doing. But Travis is flexing. Playing a solid Britain game. Now Joel's showing up. Here goes Spencer. Spencer just like, I'm running fast. I'm going in. You can't stop me. Oh, just kidding. No, he stops to fight in the front. I think that this is a tactical thing that we need to work on. Because what you want to do is you want to split their military as much as you can. Like if he'd plunged instead of keeping it up in the front, who knows what would have happened. Although this is looking pretty good, if we're being honest. Because we got all of this. Yeah, they're actually looking pretty good. I don't know how we turned this. Because Travis is utilizing his traps really well. And Alex has moved his troops forward. Alex is also kind of rebuilding as we're going, which is good for him. I'm trying to claim some front space. And Joel brings in some hand cannoneers that are massive. Because Alex is doing what we've been saying. Why don't they do that? Alex is trying to plunge. Now, let's see what happens. So they've kind of stopped right about here. They've been pushed out and kind of stopped. Then a group trying to move forward. Austin's trying to put up a forward castle. Although the elite axemen are great in CBA, I don't know that they're as great in normal games. They're not bad, but I just don't know that I'd call them great. Like a Teutonic Knight will eat any of these guys up pretty well. So we see that the military is kind of stretched, and we've now got the team Taylor, Tanner, Jake, and Joel have kind of put a solid hold in. So, and we're still fighting for the front. And that's the weakness of these archers, is if they're not in mass, then they're going to be sad. And Austin still just has this castle just chilling here. He hasn't gotten any guys up to finish the build. Or maybe they died. They probably died. But man, I would delete that. So, going up in force. So now we're starting to flex again, so I'm going to try and do another. Or maybe I'm just holding. That might be what I'm doing. Because Alex is plunging guys in. And Alex is slowly building back his economy. We see that he's now up to 30 with 25. How's Travis doing? What's his economy look like? 81 and 40. Wouldn't expect anything less. La 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 la. La 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 la. And the castle's gone. And the plunge is going in. Meanwhile, the fight up here in the front is kind of maintaining a lot of siege. All right, Travis and those trebuchets, man, I'm not afraid to use them. I know that eventually Taylor's going to start plunging too. Travis is no longer... You can see that he's taking guys off of food. Well, maybe that's because I got guys in his base, so he clicked the button. Or maybe they all died. It's also... No, he's got 58. Yeah, he clicked the button. And now they're walling off. This should not have taken this long to wall off. I mean, they had a lot going on, but that was their number one issue, is they couldn't keep people out. So walling off should have been a thing. But that's okay. This definitely had a Great Wall of China feel to it. We have 30 seconds left in my rewatch, so I might pause it here. And we'll finish up the ending now. But I would definitely play this map again. I thought it was fun. I think the walling is huge, though. Talk about it's more important than any of our other maps. So, alright, I'm going to start working on the other video.